Hi guys, Ryan here and welcome to the workshop. A couple of you have been asking about the 4.5 ARs. So this is not my primary bike. I don't ride it all that much in this part of the year, but still to this date I've managed to put a couple of rides on this wheel set, and by this time I have some experiences and conclusions with this. So let's start with the wheel set itself. So as I said, these are the Enve 4.5 AR discs, so a disc specific, super modern, super wide wheel set. Dimensions: 49mm in the front, 31mm wide, 55mm in the rear, 31mm wide. The good thing about Enve wheels is that you can actually buy the rims separately and have them built up in the way that you please, and that's exactly what I've done. So I've built them up with some carbon TIX hub, Superlight, Italian made hubs. They're really sleek, have some nice features, good serviceability, good durability, good stiffness, etc. at an excellent weight and quite a decent price point as well. So that was the obvious choice for me. Now these are much lighter than DT240s, that's also a good option, or Chris King, although they're a bit too heavy to my taste, plus require proprietary tools, so this was my definite option. They're super nicely machined, so overall really good fit for this pair of wheels. Okay, so what's the rim and the build quality like? Of course, you do get Enve's warranty, which is 5 years, pretty much better than anything else on the market, plus lifetime crash replacement, etc. So those are very nice features. The build quality is excellent, super beautiful unidirectional finish, as in all Enve products and Enve wheel sets. So that's definitely a plus for me, super stealthy look. Although you can have decals of different colors if you want. So that's the build quality and finish covered, and the dimensions as well. As for the weight, with these hubs, these come up at around 1450 grams, which is super light for a wheel set of this kind. So disc specific, quite deep and super wide. And the bike, as you can see here, comes up at 7.3 kilos, which I think for something like this, remember this is a cyclocross frame, it's super light indeed, with the power meter and all. I think in this configuration I'm pretty confident that it has full-on road bike speed, partly thanks to the aerodynamics. So how does this wheel set actually ride? Well, previously, if you've watched my videos, then you know I've run the Zip 303 Firecrests and also the NSWs, so I can compare directly to them. There are, well, basically one of the or two of the very few competitors at the moment, although I think there will be many more in the future. So how's the ride then? Well, actually, I have to say they're quite hard to distinguish just from riding them without having them back to back. I can say that from the average speeds compared to the power, these seem to be more aerodynamic, which just makes sense because, well, they are deeper and wider, so they're better fit with the wider tire. But the more noticeable thing is that these are more than 250 grams lighter, or around 250 lighter than my 303 Firecrest tubeless wheels were. So that's definitely noticeable, although I'm not really a weight weenie kind of guy. I'm not really focusing about that, but definitely you can feel that the bike is more responsive. In terms of stiffness, well, and ride quality, I don't think there's a huge difference in there. Although I think thanks to the wide hookless beads on these wheels, so the same as they use on the mountain bike rims, I think this should be or could be more impact resistant. Although I can't really say that 303s would be any less sturdy or not sturdy enough, but I think there's more potential here in that direction. Where the zips are a bit let down compared to these is of course the choice of hubs. The 177s are quite decent, and so are the NSW hubs, but I think they're nowhere near as nice. Plus you don't have that kind of or those kind of options like you have with the custom built wheel set. So were they worth an upgrade? Well, to be honest, strictly from a performance perspective, I don't think there's a huge difference, although in terms of weight and looks and the warranty, etc., if I were to buy another wheel set again, I would buy the Enves for sure, and mainly because, well, all my other wheels are Enves now. So yeah, I just like the brand, like the wheels they produce, and I'm super happy with them so far. Well, I think crosswind stability, that's another concern with aero rims. To be honest, these are so stable nowadays, these new modern rims, that it's quite hard to distinguish between them. So yeah, these are completely unflappable, although there weren't too many bad winds now in the summer. The 303s, they could be caught in extreme winds, but again, they're so stable that it just isn't really a talking point anymore. So yeah, much lighter, better hubs, and slightly better rims. And mainly, as I said, the weight difference is quite big, although you have to consider the price as well. These are basically more than 30-40% more expensive than the zips. So they are definitely still a very good option. Same for the NSWs. And I think there's another very good option now, and those are the Head Vanquish 4s. Although I think neither of the zips or the heads are going to be as aero as these ones, because, well, still you get a different rim in the front for front wheel functionality. It's different in terms of flow from the rear one. So I think in that regard, it's fair to say that the Enves are going to be the fastest still, although the other options are pretty good as well. So to sum it up, how did these ride? Well, as you would expect, buttery smooth from the wide rim. If you have the right tire pressure, you can go very, very low thanks to the 25mm internal. And the hookless beads, they're super secure and very easy to inflate as well. Some people complained about the tubeless setup on the Enve wheels, and my older Enves, 7.8s, weren't very easy to set up tubeless. These were completely problem-free, done in 5 minutes with 2 different kinds of tires. Both worked perfectly, so super expensive, super exclusive wheel set, but performs as promised and as it should. So far, that's true for every Enve product I've tried, so definitely didn't disappoint. So I think this right now is the ultimate all-road, gravel road, wide road, endurance road, disc road, whatever you may call it, wheel set. So yeah, definitely thumbs up for these. Now if you want to know more about the bikes that I ride and the stuff that I try, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.